What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for the next good and bad video for this week. This one we're going to be doing the good and bad video of definitely a character that has had a lot of good, but a lot of bad as well throughout the series, that's for sure. This one is going to be doing the good and bad of Gabriel from The Walking Dead. Okay, guys, so this one was suggested by Epic Zombie Killer. Of course, everybody go subscribe to Epic Zombie Killer for suggesting this video, of course, this good and bad video for Gabriel. Now, this one, of course, I will have to say as well, this is definitely one that, as soon as I heard this one, I was like, man, this is one that I think a lot of people are going to be mixed about, because there are still people out there, and it's crazy, I know, but there are still people out there that just cannot stand Gabriel. I think a lot of people have really started to like his character recently, but definitely he is a character that there are still the odd person here and there that I talk to, and I'm like, do you like Gabriel? And they're like, no, I absolutely hate him. He's an idiot. He's absolutely terrible. But me personally, I actually love his character. I think he's one of the best characters going in the series right now. However, do I think his safety is something that's a little bit on the kind of... I feel like his time is limited, and I'm not going to pretend like it's not. But I still love his character. I think that they probably should keep him for, until the show ends. They really should, because he's a character I feel like they could use down the road, and I feel like because of what they did with Carol this season, and because of what they've killed off a lot of characters throughout the series, and a lot of people left the show, he could really be one that they could use a lot, and they already kind of are, and I'm really liking that a lot. So, yeah, now in terms of this this character right here, I'm just going to have to say, and I'm just going to have to start with just saying that I think we're going to have to start with the bad, and then we're going to get to the good. Because really, I feel like it's not a big mix. It's really a bunch of bad, and then everything else is good, mainly, right? Mostly, right? So, of course, locking his people out of the church, of course, that was a huge bad decision. Of course, he, killed families, children. I mean, just that's terrible, that's absolutely just awful, right? And he spends the rest of his life paying for it, really. And then, of course, we get to see, him meet Rick's group. Of course, they save him. And then, at Alexandria, he just tells Deanna straight up they're not good people. Which is absolutely ridiculous, and I could not stand him for that. And that is a very bad decision, because that motivated Deanna more to even consider kicking Rick out of the group. So there is that. And I love how, I know we're talking about Gabriel here, but I love how Maggie went up to Deanna in episode 16 of season 5, and she said it in a way where she's like, Maggie's like, if it includes sending Rick away, it's not gonna work, and Deanna's like, what does that mean? Because almost like Maggie's like, listen, we'll just wipe all of you out, like, if you try to kill Rick, you're not kicking Rick out, like Rick said, if they can't make it, we'll just take this place. So, it kind of follows that whole kind of philosophy that Rick had. But anyway, so, because of that, Gabriel, of course, doing what he did and telling Deanna, of course, that really started a lot of conflict. And, of course, we get to see him, just act like an idiot for the rest of the season, pretty much. Now, in Season 6, he really kind of changes his tune. He tries to help, and Rick's like, no, who else, And he asks Carl to teach him how to use guns, machetes, whatever. And, of course, I like how when the one wolf attacks him in JSS, Carol gives Gabriel, 2 guns or whatever, and Gabriel's just like, he's like, I'm not really good with guns, and Morgan's like, me neither, So yeah, because of course Morgan doesn't like to kill, he doesn't even like to hold a gun, because it just reminds him of, all life is precious, I can't kill, and all this stuff, and it's like, Morgan, we get it, But, anyway, so Gabriel really proves himself when, of course, they're trapped in the house, and he takes Judith with him to his church, of course, to take her to safety. So that really was a big deal to Rick, and then he really proves himself once we get the time skip of a couple months there after the No Way Out storyline, and then, of course, he attacks the satellite outpost actually with them. He has the rifle, and he shoots the guy. So, in a very priest way, So, I just, I loved it. I thought it was absolutely awesome, and even though what they did at the satellite outpost, I'm still gonna say, was just absolutely savage and a tad unnecessary, I still love it. I still love it, and yeah, that's that. So, of course, we do get to see Gabriel in Season 7. He really, he's really a member of the group. It's very cool to see. He protects Alexandria while Rick and the others are gone. And of course, we do get to see him also, protect, I think, yeah, I was going to say he protects Judith, as Rick and the others go out to meet Negan for the first time and stuff like that. So he even asks Rick, he's like, are you comfortable with, having me in charge of Alexandra's defense? And Rick's like, yes. And he looked very sure of it, too. So that was really cool to see. And, of course, in Season 7, we get to see Spencer tell Gabriel, I hate Rick. And I love what Gabriel says to him. I'm sure you guys all remember. But anyway, so, of course, Spencer wants to wants Rick to either... Well, he can't kill Rick because, of course, like Negan said, he's kind of a coward, right? And Negan's just like, well, if you want to take over, why not just kill Rick yourself and just take over, And Negan made such a good point, and Negan called him out on it. Negan was like, told Gabriel, he's like, it's because you have no guts, and then you know what happens after that. But Gabriel, told him, he basically told him he's a big coward, right? And I love every time you see Gabriel, and he's just he really has that whole creepy type stuff, going, of course, because like Negan, he's like, you are creepy as hell, and stuff like that. So I love it. I think it's awesome. Sneaking up on me, and I love it. I think it's awesome. So, Negan, of course, I love it. Like, holy crap, right? Anyway, I absolutely love it. The whole Negan-Gabriel thing just cracks me up every time. So, one of the best things about Season 7 and 8 is just the whole stuff between Gabriel and Negan, man. It's just, their banter back and forth is just hilarious. I absolutely love it. So, yeah, and then, of course, I'm trying to think what he does in the second half of Season 7. Not really too much, I don't think. And then, of course, in Season 8, he's trapped in the building with Negan. They have to put on the walker guts to kind of mask their smell and stuff like that. Of course, Negan saves Gabriel. He doesn't kill him, of course. People are a resource and stuff like that. And we get to see, I like when, as well, he's like, you could have gone down fighting, you big baby, So, I just love the banter between the two of them. I just absolutely love it. I think it's very entertaining. So, of course, we have the stuff that happens with his eyes. Of course, him and Carson get away, but of course, they get captured again. Carson gets killed. And you have, basically, Gabriel, who's making the bullets for Eugene at the outpost. You have Eugene that switches the whole bullets thing around, and then, we have the war that ends and stuff like that. So, of course, Gabriel can't really see out of one eye after the time skip and stuff. He ends up with Anne, or Jadis, whichever one you want to call her. Good decision, bad decision. I mean, to be honest, I'm gonna have to say probably one of Gabriel's worst decisions is even getting close to Anne, because she is a pretty weird one. She's pretty weird. She's only in it for herself, and that's that, right? So she was gonna trade Gabriel, but she lets him go instead. I like how Gabriel really finds out. He's like, who are you talking to? That type of deal. So and Gabriel kind of figures it out that, oh, she's trading people, for this, bigger, like, community or whatever, for supplies for her people and stuff. So I like all that. That's kind of cool. But definitely I was a little confused when I first heard Jadis on the walkie-talkie talking to some dude or whatever on the other end. So, kind of interesting. But anyway, so she dumps him, basically. She leaves, and Gabriel, I guess, had like a, 2-day thing with her. And then we have the big time skip, of course. We have him and Rosita that get together. So, man, Gabriel just really has good luck relationship-wise in Season 9, right? So, Season 10 a little less, because I feel like because with Rosita being with Sadiq and then almost kissing Eugene, Gabriel's a little less lucky in Season 10, but at least in Season 9, man, he really has pretty good luck when it comes to getting women in the apocalypse, and there's not many options as it is, so that's that as well. But we have Gabriel, of course, who is in charge of the council, at least I'm pretty sure, right? Michonne a little bit, but then him as well, head of the council, I think is what Michonne called him, so that's kind of cool to see. And, I love all the stuff between him and Negan, of course, something that was directly in my ass goes straight up your nose, right? So, and he's like, just shut up. Just once in your life, shut your mouth, Negan. Of course, he's all upset because Rosita's injured and stuff like that, and that's when we have the Whispers that come in. We have the Fair. We have a Gabriel that signs the charter thing instead of Michonne, which I thought was actually kind of cool. Yeah, that's basically that. So, we have Season 10, of course, go through. I want to say Gabriel really leads Alexandria around that time, lock the gates for the night, do this, do that, he's really going around telling everybody what to do, and I think that's cool. It's really cool to see, who would have known that the creepy priest, that just tattles on Rick's group and almost gets them thrown out is actually in charge of Alexandria, like less than 10 years later. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's kind of crazy to see how far things have come and how much things have changed, I would have never guessed that. Honestly, I would have never guessed that once in my life. So, yeah, that's that. So, of course, I'm trying to think. So, there's Gabriel, of course, that makes the decision after Lydia gets attacked by those guys, of course. Do we keep Negan alive? Do we not? Gabriel's like, I'm going to take the night to think about it. He goes in the cell. And Negan's gone, of course, because of, stupid Carol and her decisions this season, So, however, I did like the whole Negan Whisper storyline thing. I'm so frustrated with how many times Carol just turned on our group this season. It's really annoying. But, we've talked about that enough. So, Gabriel, of course, goes to Aaron's house, I'm pretty sure, and he's like, he's gone, that type of deal. Gabriel's all freaking out. He's like, oh crap, Negan's out of here. I personally, if I was Gabriel, wouldn't have been too worried about Negan escaping from prison, because honestly, he escaped once. There's nothing for him out there. There's nothing to fear. There's not something to fear. Comic fans will know what I mean by that. There's not something to fear with Negan anymore. His group is Alexandria and Hilltop and Kingdom now. It's not the Saviors. And why do I even get the feeling that if Negan did have the Saviors left, he wouldn't even try to stir crap with Alexandria and the communities? I feel like I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys think that if Negan got out, I know we're supposed to be talking about Gabriel, but do you guys think that if Negan got out and the Sanctuary was still standing when he got back there, that he would have been like, okay, let's go take down Alexandria, I've been locked up for all this time? Or do you think that Negan changed so much throughout those years that he would have been like, you know what, we're going to be here, they're going to be there, if they want to join with us, let's do that as well. Let's make peace with the communities, because I feel like Negan just wants peace at this point. Like, don't you guys agree? Like, I feel like Negan is just like, he's been in a cell for so many years. He's gone to war with these people. He's just done. Like, honestly, Negan's just done. He's like, I don't care anymore. These guys, I'll try to be friends with them instead. Why not try that? that type of deal. And he's proven himself countless times without even wanting them to even give him credit for what he did. So, that's what I love. That's what I love about Negan this season, So, but yeah, in terms of Gabriel's character for the rest of the season, I really like everything they're doing with him right now too, because you have Rosita, who of course is having all these nightmares and stuff like that about the Whisperers and stuff, and she keeps telling Gabriel about it, and Gabriel just wants to go out there and kill all the Whisperers. And if you find one, start pulling teeth and stuff like that. It's like, man, like that is not the Gabriel from season 5. Like that is not him at all. So that's kind of funny to see. But then, of course, we have, let's see here. So, Gabriel also, I do notice as well in the season finale, which is kind of the last part of this. So, I really like how he's like Alexandria, Hilltop, Kingdom, and, like the others, right? And together they make a mighty weapon. I really like that. I think that's a really, really cool line. If you guys didn't see that in the sneak peek of the finale. So, anyway, I think Gabriel's character is awesome. I mean, I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys disagree? Do you guys agree? Do you guys like Gabriel's character? Do you hate him? I want to hear that in the comment section below. And of course, a big thank you to Epic Zombie Killer for suggesting this video for, of course, this week. Stay tuned next week, guys. We will be doing a Simon, the good and bad of Simon next week. So that's going to be really cool. Really excited to talk about Stephen Ogg's character as Simon. That's going to be really exciting. And of course, I'll see you guys, of course, next week for that. So anyway, guys, if you're new here, guys, click that subscribe button so I'm sending my Walking Dead videos. Follow Dan's Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for another Walking Dead video. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.